Welcome all to the wide expanse of the West. Here in Spokane, Washington, as one of the USL League One's most recently anointed opens their doors, the fresh-faced Floridians of SC Naples. Matt Pullen and Lee Veidman, they know each other's shoes well. Lee Veidman leading Spokane a year ago in their first season. That's the task for Matt Pullen. They square off and test each other's jaws. Here, coming out. Today's match is presented by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. It's rodeo day here at the park. SC Naples bring the show on the road for the first time in their club's brief history, with every intent to prove that they are all hat and no cattle. Howdy folks, I'm Peyton Gallagher, and it has been a wild set of matches for all of the teams in the USL League One, particularly these two groups. Spokane Velocity, having played 2 matches in the last calendar week, will make it a third in 6 days today and try to remain unbeaten. They let their grip slip against One Knox, but not before a couple of set-piece goals from the corner flag provided by Derek Waldeck. One an own goal, one headed in by Cameron Miller would secure 2 goals. That lead would, again, linger away late on. One Knox would save the point. Spokane also were able to get one the very last breath against Ballard FC in the Cup, and Cameron Miller is a key man for this Spokane bunch. He's been rock steady after taking his spot in the back line for Lee Veidman in the middle waypoint of last year, and he will have a tall task today trying to shut down this FC Naples attack that's shown sincere versatility and a intense eye for goal across all their players in the attacking assembly. Again, that is Cameron Miller at the back for Spokane. For SC Naples, much of the same. It's been a quick start to their life as a professional club. We're able to rescue one late against Chattanooga Red Wolves 2 weeks ago. Get a 1-1 draw there, and it was resounding against one of the league's best in Forward Madison at the weekend. Last Saturday, a 2-0 victory against the Mingos, both goals in the first half, and then in the Open Cup, a header from Carson Henderlong would make it 3 goals in 2 games for him. And late magic, Kevin O'Connor would provide a dazzling winner off the rebounds, slotted in, cross goal off the right foot. Matt Pullen jokes, it was nice to see that it's not just for show the right foot of Kevin O'Connor. Carson Henderlong has been the one tipping the spear for SC Naples this season. As we told you, the Indiana native has really shown out as of late, scoring 3 goals in the last 2 matches for the visitors. He will look to stay in hot form here in this one against Spokane, the runners-up from a year ago today. We set to step aside. Spokane Velocity and SC Naples eye to eye, knuckle to knuckle here in Washington. When we return, folks, don't turn that dial.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Back from the break here, the starting 11s for both sides. Spokane Velocity tinkering with the formation amidst so much schedule congestion presents as a side that could play a lot of different ways, with Joe presenting an option of versatility. The big note though, Meredith Bryce, the youngster, makes his first league start here in this one next to Andre Lewis in the pivot. Luis Hill, as always, poses the threat in and amongst all the attacking players that orbit him. For the visitors, FC Naples, Matt Boland and his blue-collared bunch, Carson Henderlong, is the man in form. That 4-1-4-1 offers so much defensive sturdiness and suitableness, trying to halt their opponents. That's been the story so far for FC Naples, only surrendering the one goal in open play in the league so far through their first 180 minutes. Naples have been sound, at least to start. Spokane were so close to the mountaintop a year ago before being knocked off by Union Omaha. Two teams in opposite points of their journeys respectively. Spokane know where Naples are today. Naples would like to write their own narrative as we commence here in Washington. USL League One action. Match weekend number 3, SC Naples and Spokane Velocity. Folks, thank you for being with us. Peyton Gallagher here for this one. Two sides that you would imagine, based on the early returns, have imagination of potential silverware come year's end. It's a goal for everyone, but these two opponents today have shown maybe the mettle to give some proof to that pudding. Pressing forward quickly is Naples. Torres presides in the box, looping into the corner now. A pair of first half goals propelled Naples past forward Madison in their last league match. Spokane weren't able to keep hold of the rope against One Knox after going up 2-0. Their opening weekend clash as Miller guides it back to the goalkeeper. Marancio. And Lodge and Miller again. Two excellent center back partnerships at the core of both of these groups today. Lodge and Miller found the rhythm late on last year. Were a big part of Spokane bunch arriving in the final, not conceding a goal in their first 2 matches in the postseason. It's on the other side of things, Breck Evans and Jake Dangler that were the real platform that this operation in Naples was built upon in the offseason. And early on, it does look like it's a back 4 for Lee Wiedman. Thought that there was maybe the possibility it was more of a 5-back with Javier Martin Gil as somewhat of a wide center back hybrid. Ishjom outside of him. Rainbowed in over the top, aimed at Joan, and it just skips away. It's a risky ball. It's a tiny first touch and clattered down as Max Glasser. Spokane a little bit reluctant to apply pressure to the ball. Tight areas on the touchline. It's a throw-in belonging to FC Naples. Luka Perpa back into the starting 11 today after beginning the match against Madison on the bench a week ago. Started their opener against Chattanooga. Andre Lewis wraps himself around the ball, doing what he does best. That man has had more touches for the last calendar year in this league than any other midfielder. You see exactly why. His quality, cleanliness in possession, everything flows through him for Spokane. Lush, roaming room, rolling one into the path of jump. A heavy first touch. Connective play here on this near flank. It stays in. Masongo Akale. Now the danger man, Luis Heel. Trying to weight a ball forward. Try the other side, a cross in from deep. Javier Martin Heel tests the gloves of Lalo Delgado. He's able to pass that particular test. It was a good ball in. Left into a dangerous area. Delgado sized it up, measured the arc of flights, and was able to put himself between any harm of the goal. Naples were the dominant side in possession in their opener. Very much the opposite in their most recent match. Had the 5th fewest passes against Forward Madison in USL League One history. They've shown the ability to be durable in every game situation in the early going, something Matt Poland noted maybe he was the most excited about from their early performances. For those looking for the proper Jeopardy answer, precisely 218 passes, all that were attempted a week ago. For FC Naples, ball over the top, something to track for Dangler. He does well. Breck Evans goes driving out of the back. Space in over the top. And it coasts away from Farine, who was trying to bend in behind. Here are your keys to the match, presented by Ford. Spokane struggled with transitional defending a year ago. As they transition out offensively here, now they have to get back. The line of engagement, a curiosity for FC Naples. They'll have adaptability defensively. They'll come and get you. They'll sit back in a block. How do they approach this Spokane side that's so good on the ball today? That is the question. Luka Perpa prowling into the attack now. FC Naples swapping it around. Spokane back behind the ball. And daggered away. Javier Martin Heel with long strides, lifts himself forward. Runners arriving. Toward the end line, a tangle there, and it's nothing more than a goal kick. That's Anwar Pelaez, who provided the option downstream. Was able to grab that late winner in the 119th minute against Ballard in the midweek. 32-year-old Colombian who came in late for Spokane last year. Took him a while to find his fitness, was a big contributor though. And Spokane hit their stride. Nico Brent waiting in the wings as well. A decorated striker in the USL Championship division. Here's a dangerous ball. Hammered clear by Cameron Miller, not taking his chances. Henderlong, a pirouette as he swivels away and swipes the ball wide. Racing in is Cerro, and still cutting in on his left. Ian Cerro takes aim, it's blocked. Naples latch on again. That's well spotted. Just rambling away from Cerro, who applies the pressure and sees it go off his shin and out for a throw. Nearing 10 minutes in, it's been a white-knuckle affair thusly. In for it is O'Connor. Really well-worked stuff on the ball so far for FC Naples. Farine. Ian Cerro combining off the back heel. Who wants it? Lapped up by Lodge. Under duress now, Spokane. They've given it away. Dangler cuts a line. Injury report today, Spokane, none to note. It's Justin Weiss who's out for FC Naples. That's brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic. A good sign for both these squads to remain fit at this early stage with so many players and high requests with all the fixtures on the docket. That's a good touch from Cerro. He's been a lively figure so far. Has the ball returned and cuts in a left-footed cross. And it just skims the head of a high-rising Andres Farine. The USL on CBS kicks off April 6th with two former USL Championship title winners battling it out. Join us on Sunday, April 6th again, as undefeated San Antonio SC takes on Western Conference rival Phoenix Rising at 4 p.m. Eastern, again on CBS. Two familiar and less than friendly foes. Sunshine in the southwest for that one. Javier Martin Hill wriggles away from spot of trouble. Spokane have not really had a chance to put their foot firmly on the ball yet. Now they get going. Sprinting in. Luis Hill couldn't pick the lock that time. Now Masungo Akali. Akali! Belting high and wide. That's what he offers though, cutting in from the flank. Fear is not in that player's vocabulary. Another look, just couldn't quite get it down. Was leaning back a bit as he let rip. Naples will invite the pressure on top of themselves. Dangler. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, the Burger Deck, Flatstick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. can scan that QR code on your screen to take part in all those lovely benefits. Hardly a thing in this world as dependable as IHOP. FC Naples attack trying to rival that. As they once more advance. A switch of play, Cerro's behind it. Glasser once more attaching himself to the ball. So if FC Naples have been a bit Jekyll and Hyde in their early introduction as a club, we're seeing more of the Jekyll, the side that we saw against Chattanooga in match week 1. They've been confirmed in their possessional approach. Early tidings though, quarter hour in. Henderlong hasn't had much of a look in yet. He won't get one here. Javier Martin Heel. On to Waldeck. Eric Waldeck coming off a Team of the Week performance. A direct assist on the goal scored by Cameron Miller from the corner flag. Provided what will not be accounted an assist, but for all intents and purposes, provided the same kind of dividend for his side, facilitating the own goal with his set-piece delivery. A little bit awkward trying to get rid for Breck Evans as it's knotted out of play. Spokane on the offensive. Luis Hill has his pocket picked. Hammered away by Marcelo Lage. Both of the Sentinels at the back for Spokane, standing over 6'4". Miller only to be dwarfed by his partner Marcelo Lage, who was the tallest player in Las Vegas Lights history when he played for them. Here's Ischel and Heel settling and couldn't stick it through. A faulty touch from Andre Lewis. Henderlong. That's Cerro poking it ahead. Now Glasser galloping forward. There's that transitional defense from Spokane popping up, and this time in a good way as they blunt the advance of their opponent. Cut ahead. A bit of a collision in the box, and play is halted. Too much thrust from Ian Garrett, who's coming off an excellent performance in the midweek. In the Open Cup, he won 9 of his 10 duels in that game against Sarasota. 79 total touches, which is a lofty number for a fullback. That's intercepted. Almost like he felt his ears burning there. Heard us talking about him, Ian Garrett, as he steps in for the takeaway. Searching ball in behind. Second one is claimed by FC Naples. That's a bit of a careless giveaway though. Lewis lunging into the path of Waldeck, who struggles to settle, but now twists away. Lewis, hounded by Ian Cerro, who chases it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Away from the foot of Morancio. Won by Henderlong. Cerro sprints into the channel. Perpa. Torres. Farine. Passes that rhyme. Just quilting away here, FC Naples. Given that their opponent has not provided much of an obstacle as they knock it around. Laying off the ball and trying to stay compact, Spokane, so far. Farine pops one straight into the chest of the goalkeeper. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Cameron Miller. Dangler just gliding by. Anwar Pelaez picking apart this press right now, FC Naples. Serra, Dangler. Got a little bit overly ambitious, maybe cut out now. Heel. Joe and Bryce. And tilted back to Lodge. Naples maybe a bit fortunate to get off the hook. Waldeck. A probing ball in behind. It's Heel making the run. It's daggered away and hooked out by Serra. Well defended by Dangler to deny the initial inquiry. And suddenly it's Spokane setting the tempo now. Beamed in behind again. There's space there. Delgado, one to arrive. Welcome to the 2025 USL kickoff presented by Terminix. Throughout the month of March, the USL will be kicking off across the country. Join us for all the action on ESPN and CBS platforms. Naples on the front foot. Serra on his left foot. Hammered from distance and high and handsome in the end. Well struck. That was absolutely rocked towards goal. Dripping in venom as set on a golf tee for Torres. Got to measure a several step run up before letting fly. Jump. And Andre Lewis. It's been hard for him to get involved so far, Andre Lewis. Player that's got over 200 USL appearances. There is nobody in this league that is a better park ranger, if you will. He'll touch the game wherever it is. Once more over the top. This time it's got it towards a wide area and intercepted by Breck Evans, who gives it right back in turn. Luis Hill. Jump. Overlapping run is available. Instead, he snakes away interiorly. And nobody's there. Pelaez, the one unable to get out of the blocks. It's a goal kick. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL League One. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, it happens to be the player's choice. Glasser with bright ideas, and he's chopped down. Look at Musongo Akali. Brother Aquele is doing good work up in the championship with New Mexico United. Rainbowing in behind. A little bit awkward for the goalkeeper, but he is able to clutch. Carlos Marancio using all 6'2" of that frame to take away any heart rate rising, you might say, for the Spokane faithful. And brushed to the other end. Dangler is there, as he always is. Somehow kept on. Cerro again. Pinched back by Spokane. Lewis stabbing forward. Jome is there. Now Lewis connecting the play from deep in mid-park. Onto it again is Andre Lewis and Jome. And popped out of play. Just stepping on the ball there was Pelaez. Trying to pick up the pieces was Akale, and it just gets away from him. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. This group doing some good stuff, well branded in the early days. 3 great kits to pick from. A soft spot for that light blue number personally for me. Shuffled wide. Kevin O'Connor. Henderlong. Bodies off one defender. And has it snatched from his possession. It's a nice bit of defensive work from Marcelo Lage, who's really found himself now as a member of this back line. After a couple years up in the championship, as mentioned previous, with Las Vegas Lights. Is given, no point of difference yet, and really no meaningful chance to speak of. Each side has been the other's equal. Maybe Spokane has something in store from this dead ball to crack the code. Jump. On to Miller. Jome in a tight space. Hemmed in on that far touchline. Is able to loose himself and slash a pass wide to Waldeck. There is space here. Louis Hill with opportunity in mind. The back heel Waldeck wrapping in. Couldn't carve himself free the half yard to get the cross. Trickling all the way back to Lage. Jump. Here comes the press all the way back to the goalkeeper. Ranciel. And Waldeck. Had a step for a moment, quickly closed down by Ian Cerro. Spokane just swapping it about, trying to poke the holes. Lewis. Couldn't quite find a way through, and now Naples with it. Cerro. Saw himself in a bit of a scrape with Akale. Like good and fair pressure, and it's out for a throw, and Cerro's down. Ooh, just stepped on the top of his foot. That never feels nice. barrage. Jome is outfoxed there. And falling kindly into the path of Serra, who blitzes one wide. Glasser joining up in the attack. And he's herded out of play by Akale. Dangler driving out from his own ends. He's nearly badgered into the giveaway. Whistle is called though. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beers and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Something has not met the expectation of the Spokane fans. I wonder what. A bit rhetorical, maybe a featuring of some dark artistry from Jake Dangler there. Just a footnote now though. And it is a free kick for the visitors, FC Naples. Opportunity to invigorate those aerial targets. Maybe no better than Carson Henderlong, who scored with a header in the midweek. Set-piece prowess is such a weapon in this league, in all leagues, but especially this one. It sits for Kevin O'Connor and company. His left foot is his main export, and he will get a chance to export this ball into the box. Knocked away by Pelaez, the break might be on. Dangler busting along to get back involved. He's going to hawk this down. And just nip it off the toes of Louis Heel. Grapple for it in mid-park and just scream to the other end. Will this stay on? No, it won't. A skipping stone out of play. Maybe a chance though for Spokane to organize their press, pinned up in that far corner. Look at Derek Waldeck there. One of the chief chance creators for Spokane from the wide areas. Second on the team in that category a year ago with 39. Inside with the scent of goal. It's wiggled away from Anwar Pelaez though. Thought he had a corner. Always love a good coordination of boot and kit. Well done, Mr. Pelaez. I believe that's what you call fashion. Or maybe just a guy matching his cleat to his uniform. No matter now, as it will skid away. The play has been sound. The game is yet to really form much of a narrative yet, though. Still scoreless. Pelaez maybe trying to do something about that. It's a well-weighted pass wide for Jump. Javier Martin Heel getting around him. Here comes the cross. Dangler there to intervene. You see precisely why it was of such importance for FC Naples to get Breck Evans and Jake Dangler through the door. just so sturdy. Everything that they do, this Naples bunch, revolves around the high floor that those center backs set. Luis Heel a little bit careless on the ball. Bit casual, he's giving it away. Cerro. Rob Vince is the center official today as he shrills his whistle. Kristen Patterson, William Aten are the ones running the lines. Lauren Matisu is the fourth official. Out for the throw. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Not really a bad one in the house. This is a great venue that Spokane have been able to make their home. One Spokane Stadium. Been a lively environment from their opening match here just over a year ago against Greenville Triumph. And so much in terms of overlap in the Venn diagram between these two teams and where they are in their respective journeys. Questing along now, though, is this jump. Layers one off. Luis Heel. Lewis and Heel again. Now centrally. Taking aim, it's deflected on the way through. Delgado can arrive. It's a corner kick. We know precisely what kind of threat is offered by Spokane here. It was from that very flag that Derek Waldeck was able to puncture one Knox, not once but twice a week ago. An ICCU corner. Waldeck trying to make good. Delgado's hemmed in. It's glanced away. It's a goal kick. The delivery was well tuned by Derek Waldeck. He has made a career of precisely that. Just put in a place with enough height to where Delgado couldn't reach it, and dropping down for those burly center backs to lick their chops about. Marcelo Lodge just not able to gain full purchase. 10 minutes to the end of the half. Spokane and Naples have offered defensive solidity, even if the creative imagination part of the match has been a bit wanting. Just trying to find a whiff of the ball. He sprints on all the way back to the goalkeeper. Miller trying to check his rear view. It's Waldeck now. Spokane breaking away from the press. Heel. Lodge and now Javier Martin Heel of no relation. Slid out into the wide areas, and now centrally for jump. And will slalom through the center of that defensive outlook for Naples. And now with Andre Lewis, who shows off the quality. Okale. Cameron Miller. And it's gone out of play. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Presenting partner of this match that you bear witness to now. Waldeck. A bit risky on that ball. Unable to tame in mid-Parker. FC Naples. Okale. And Waldeck appears to have remained down. Having a word with the linesman over there. I think Waldeck may have thought he received a shove. Bunch being hashed out. Nobody's been booked yet. It's been physical, it's been feisty, but it's been somewhat fair. These two teams playing for the first time. It will often be the case throughout the season for FC Naples. Joe driving in the center park. Link up with Mosango Okale. And feathered wide, it's Kevin O'Connor. Brock Evans adventuring ahead and now worked wide. Ian Garrett and Evans again. Naples just trying to make some headway. Roadside had much of the ball early. Their possessional share has slipped below 50% now, though. Spokane with about 55% of it. No shots on target yet, though, for both sides, despite having tried their luck 3 times each. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Lalo Delgado. Torres and Breck Evans again. FC Naples off to an unbeaten start in league play, holding their heads high. Over midfield, and now they turn back. Been a bit risk averse on the ball, you might say. FC Naples willingness to try and take the gamble to provide the final moment, as that is flicked out of play for a throw. But on FC Naples, though, having been unbeaten in the first 2 games, trying to set a mark here today. If they are able to get at least a point on the road, that would make them the holders of the joint 4th best start by an expansion club in USL League One history. Only 4 teams have gone unbeaten through their first 3 league matches. Those being Toronto FC 2. They went 3 unbeaten, then Tormenta were able to get through their first 4, and here is the common thread amongst the top 3 in this category. All of them have won a USL League One title. North Texas SC, unbeaten in their first 7, and of course the gold standard of the league, Union Omaha. We will get through the first 8, navigating without a loss. So that's what's at stake for SC Naples today. Already early with a chance to write at least their name in the record books to some degree, as that ball is out for a goal kick as we near ever so close to halftime. It's a ball that meets its mark, and Spokane in 2 passes and maybe unlock their opponent. Joe, Calvary arriving at the top of the box. Pelaez scooping in Andre Lewis. And just like that, any kind of numerical advantage evaporates. The defensive efforts of a side that wears blue colors and plays blue colored. Sound that confirms 1 minute of stoppage time, trying to make use. Naples, Henderlong, a little bit casual, trying to get the ball into the path of Luca Purpa. Naples quickly snap back into their defensive shape. Woldak. Kale splitting defenders and striking out. Now it's wide for Luis Heel. Bonnie's in the box. Luis Heel couldn't rifle it in. Javier Martin Heel now. And Joe. Joe across in. Knuckled away by Lalo Delgado, the captain. Able to come big in the moment. That was on a line to the back post and serious danger. CDA Casino brings you this stoppage time as Naples shift into 5th gear. Ian Cerro, time to think about it. Tossing one into the box, just booted away by Farine. Purpa, Henderlong holding it up, just slid his studs over top of the ball and it's cleared away. And that is halftime. Without a break, but not without bite. 45 in the books here in Washington. It's scoreless between SC Naples and Spokane Velocity. On the other side of a break, we break down the half that was, look around the league, and much, much more. Folks, don't go anywhere. Halftime commentary coming up. Spokane 0, SC Naples 0. Pictures from a half that's come and gone. Fans waiting for that moment to really throw their arms up about. 2 of the league's toughest contestants gridlocked after the first frame.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain. so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Back from the break. Not much to note here, but notables from around the league aplenty. Match week 2 in the books, and here is what the team of the week shapes up as. A lot of results that turn the head. Maybe none more impressive than that of Greenville Triumph, laying down the law against Union Omaha. Ben Zakowski, Leo Castro ending up in the team of the week. Couple of the players taking the field today in that squad as well. Derek Waldeck, Cameron Miller, as well as Jaden Oden and Carson Henderlong, dotting a star-studded formation of players. Angelo Kelly Rosales was the villain against Spokane Velocity last weekend, and he is the winner of this week's Goal of the Week.
Espinal's gone a little more forward. He's gotten the ball now. He's taken down. Play goes on. This is O'Dwyer. Levy stands tall and goes airborne.
And it's a tremendous finish. San Antonio FC.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Right up to the middle, a shot.
While still going, he shoots. And for a cross.
Long shot from range. Unstoppable strike.
Gotta take a big chance. I'm ready for the big bang. I don't take a second cause I wanna be the big chance.
Spokane and SC Naples locked up here. Plenty of headlines to write home about in the USL League One and in the United Soccer League at large. And finally, at the doorstep of history, the USL seizes their moment. They announce promotion and relegation, long awaited in the American soccer landscape. What this potentially offers it's kind of hard to quantify exactly what it could mean to the United Soccer League and the sports in this country. A big moment, and a moment that has been well waited for, as well as this one, the moment of debut for Texoma, that taking place this evening as they are in full swing against One Knox. Here tonight, their first match in the USL League One after bowing out of the Open Cup in their inaugural contest in the midweek. And that Open Cup is certainly piston pumping straight away. Where else can you see a club named after a burrito restaurant beat a professional team? The Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. Shout out to El Farolito. Nothing better than that competition as we cast our attention forward through this match and through our halftime coverage here. The schedule that is set to unfold, a pair of old rivals clashing on Friday to start the weekend off. Chattanooga Red Wolves, Charlotte Independence, a slate of games that whets the appetite. A couple of newcomers to the league will knock knuckles. SC Naples and Portland Hearts of Pine on Saturday. Texoma and Westchester wrapping out the Saturday slate. And then you don't really beat a fixture in this league of the quality of Richmond Kickers and Forward Madison. That is the marquee contest in a weekend that also features a clash of sides that both reached the semifinal rounds. Spokane getting a little bit further than that even against Greenville. The title holders will take on South Georgia Tormenta on Saturday as well. This is the first real full spread in the USL League One of the season. We've had a staggered start throughout the course of these opening weekends. We set to step to break. When we come back on the other side, it will be the second half. A couple friends, you might say. They're excited. Half number 2 set to unfold when we return. Spokane and SC Naples. Is there a point of difference to find? We will find out.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at One Spokane Stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
Yes, our friends, Tanner and Izzy, getting all the attention here at halftime. They had great seats for the first half of play here on Rodeo Day. Spokane Velocity, SC Naples back from the break. Here is how the first half went here in Washington. And both teams organized defensively, making it tough on the opponent. A couple of half chances. Lalo Delgado more than once was called to collect a cross. Here's Ian Cerro setting things up for a long-distance strike that provided by Mark Torres, but he couldn't keep the effort down. Another ball into the box. This time it was nearly friendly fire from Javier Martin Heel, but the goalkeeper able to put himself in between the ball and the back of the net. This was really the best chance of the half. It was a great delivery in from deep, although Delgado pinned up against the goal line. Open Cup contest, and I'm not going to make a joke about a goal, but that is a goal, and it is on a bale of hay, and now it's not. Dolly Parton serenades. Workman-like kind of disposition between these two sides so far. Jaden Oden in reserve for Matt Pullen. We will see if he's deployed at any stage in this half to add a degree of creativity going forward. The visitors would probably be happy with a point coming on the road to one of the league's best. It could be easily argued that Spokane Velocity, who retained about 60% of a team that turned up in the final a year ago, is even better this year. Big-time additions in the offseason in the form of David Garcia. Maybe none more accomplished than Nico Brett. Actually, you can probably say that with certainty. The second all-time leading goal scorer in the USL Championship. We welcome you back with warm smiles. I'm Peyton Gallagher, taking you through the clash of this contest. Setting sun here in Spokane. Swapping the ball around, Javier Martin Heel to the byline, cut back in, cut out. Second entry, and it's gashed away. Lage, Morancio, building from the back now. In hot pursuit is Serral, and out for a throw. Flying up to take it quick are FC Naples. Glasser and Serral. They'll do it again. It's actually going to be a Spokane throw. Elias is bound up, no whistle there. Torres. Cut back in, Hender Long. It's a faulty first touch. And trying to twist away is Pelaez. And that was a perfect piece of defensive tradesmanship from Jake Dangler to cut that out. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. QR code there for you on the screen to get involved. Foul is given. There is a man down. It's Ian Garrett, who just crumpled after a bit of contact with Ishjel. He's examining his ankle. Garrett, who had the assist on one of the goals for FC Naples in the midweek, earned himself the run out to start this game today. Hopefully all indications are good for him to continue. Screen to the opposite flank, it goes hopping away, and it's a throw-in coming. Top of the D, a stiff header. Lewis. Gobbled up in mid-park. Not a play for a throw. And lobbed into Cero, who's just bodied off the ball. It's been a really strong performance from Musango Akale. And now Jom trying to add some influence. Javier Martin Hill. Slipped wide for Luis Hill. Luis Hill crossing in. Never got to Anwar Pelaez. Second ball. Andre Lewis and Waldeck. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship side. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Wide ball, Cero spearing one in. Glasser's going to arrive, cut back, and headed off at the near post. Morencio, first real raising of the blood temperature, though, in this half, provided by FC Naples. That was a good move. This game has been stodgy, but it feels like there's the quality in it once there is an opener. For everything to really start popping off. Foul is awarded there. Morencio. Lodge, it rolls away from him, and Javier Martin Hill somewhat wisely will, instead of trying to keep the ball in, allow his fellow defenders to get back behind it, giving up the throw. Garrett. Freen on a little back heel. Henderlock trying to get a piece. Looks like he overextended a bit as the ball bounds away to the opposite end. Pelaez leading the break as Jom takes the rating party ahead. Jom stepping over. A slide tackle. He caught a little bit of the player. It's been waved off. Ish Jom taken down in the area. I think that was Torres who just kind of wildly swiped to try and win the ball. Last-ditch effort. Didn't really win the ball, and he definitely clipped the oncoming Ish Jom. Nonetheless, nothing more than a goal kick. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. That includes today. At least if my math is correct, I'm pretty sure there are only 7 days in the week. Spokane with hopes of making it a happy Saturday. Ish Jom. Ish Jom! Well, it wasn't far off. Tight technique, put the laces to leather, and just couldn't get the leveling of it right. Found himself in a pocket and was willing to pull the trigger from that distance. Up with it is Andre Lewis. Henderlock gliding wide. O'Connor On to Henderlong! And tapped back in. The flag has stayed down, and Naples gnaw themselves free. It's not a pretty goal, but it proves the point. 1-0, and Carson Henderlong can't help scoring. A reactive piece of work. That is a striker's goal. Able to poach that and pierce the opponent. Marancio did so well just to keep it out at the first blush. But that is 4 on the skip for Carson Henderlong, and FC Naples may have found themselves a number 9. Smash and bash, FC Naples. Well, they've got themselves a bit of a personality. Sandpaper and grit has been part of it. Something that Matt Poland said he was most proud of, felt that he had gotten his group to show the league, show the fans that the grit was at the core for this group from the Sunshine State of Florida. There's been nothing fair weather about that. And straight away, it's Spokane opening things up. Sliding wide, Moldeck. And Luis Heel. The onus is now on the home side, over the head of Pelaez and into the feet of Delgado. That was less than ideal. And a yellow card will be brandished. Pelaez is grabbing his face. Delgado is down. Lalo was using a bit of gamesmanship, just allowing the ball to fall to his feet before picking it up. Pelaez didn't find that particularly, well, let's say nice as an activity. And then there was a whole whirling dervish, bit of a tempest in a teapot there. Pelaez went in, Delgado went over. I think Pelaez may have been caught in the face by the trailing back heel of Delgado, and it's going to be a yellow card for Anwar Pelaez, the first caution of the match. So Anwar Pelaez, the hero of the midweek, is booked now. Dangler, fleet feet from him. And smashed away by Delgado. Moldeck. Jome taking off his toes. Perpa trying to spin away. Cerro can't catch up. It's a throw in for Spokane. Akale in tight confines, he's giving the ball away. Approaching the hour mark, Carson Henderlong was able to make good on a second chance off a rebound after his initial shot was saved by Carlos Marancio. He hadn't had much involvement up until that point, but as the ball arrived at his feet, he took the game in hand, now hungry for more. Entry is turned away by Spokane. Dangler over the top. Came off the midriff of Farine. Nothing too troublesome for Carlos Marancio. All falling on the shoulders of Spokane now. Their first time trailing this season. Naples playing the role of antagonist for the next half hour. They would love to come into the home of a side that did exactly as they're hoping to do in their first season, Spokane, a year ago, getting to the final. That's the goal for Naples. And if this is a measuring stick, Roadside have measured up. Swung down is Henry Long. It's a foul coming from a dangerous area and a chance to maybe chop and change a bit. Substitutions waiting in the wings. And here they come. Julian Cisneros and Jaden Onen. We saw Ian Garrett pick up a bit of a wobble a couple of moments ago. He will make exit for Cisneros. Who's been a featured player on the right-hand flank at right back. And now Jaden Onen will come on. One of the more decorated creators career-wise for FC Naples. And something to salivate over. Luca Perpa and Kevin O'Connor set to deliver. Line of engagement is set at the edge of the 18. Sits for Kevin O'Connor. Sloping away, Cisneros, his first touch. And something to stop everything. Ahead of the ball being met in the box, it looks like a player is trying to adjust a shoe. Looks like that's Anwar Pelaez, who's had an eventful couple of minutes. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157, the new Sirius XM app. Spokane racing away. Waldeck locates Louis Heel, who picks his corner and cannot fill it. He's just been off the pace today. Louis Heel, who's been a professional since the age of 17, the captain of the club. He was the one who was good for the goals a year ago, and even I think he would tell you he would have wanted to do better there. Dingler venturing into the attacking half, spraying wide for Onen, who looks like he had just come into the game and was maybe a bit off the tempo. Loose first touch and then committing the foul. It is Naples in the ascendancy. Jump. Meredith. Louis Heel. He's left that behind the man he was aiming for. And it's on to the break. Busting out is Ian Serra. Heel trying to chase him down. Ian Serra with the legs. Cut in for Henry Long. And just cut out in the nick of time. And now the flag is up. I think they may have given offside. Spokane intent to play away immediately. Akale, hemmed in by two defenders, gets between them both, but not the third. A bridge too far. Perpa He's chopped down and a foul is given. Prime real estate to strike one into the box. Velocity fans, scan the QR code to get your single match tickets today. QR code up on your screen. It is a hot ticket. One Spokane Stadium. One of the better venues in this league. Atmosphere always good. Spokane could draw some gray clouds upon that atmosphere if they are able to tally once more now. Naples with the chance for the free kick. Purpa runs over it. O'Connor rams it in. A high header. Recovered by Henderlong amidst two defenders holding off both. It's Waldeck and Jelm, and Henderlong has maybe won himself a corner. Side of the flag that it go out on. A couple changes being prepared for Spokane. We talked about the quality that's on offer on the bench, and here is two prime exhibits. Nico Brett. He comes on. Less than a half-hour cameo ahead of him, as well as Siobhan John Brown. John Brown, 3 goals, 2 assists in the league last year for Central Valley Fuego. Nico Brett in need of little introduction, working back from a lost season in Memphis with injury. 163 starts for him in his career. 9 seasons across those campaigns. He's been good for goals everywhere he's gone. 85 career goals to go with 29 assists, as that ball is just about, well, maybe not. Thought it had stayed in for a moment, but it's a goal kick to come. And Naples only need the 1 goal, or rather I should say Spokane only need the 1 goal to come back from the deficit. A note on Brett. Once scored 4 times in a single game against Birmingham. So he might just be the difference maker that Spokane need. By the way, that's tied for the most in a match in the USL Championship era. Trying to swivel away near Martin Heel, and it's reflected out for another throw. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Onan. Oh, what a ball that is. Sculpted right into the feet of Ian Serrell, who's goaded away by Marcelo Lodge. Now Serrell plowing a ball in. It's just wobbled back by Spokane and cleared. Luca Purpa with their tails up. It's Naples. They've proved their mettle so far in all conditions. At home, on the road, with the ball, without the ball. They are up for the challenge that this league provides. That is without question now. Can they get all 3 points? That is what requires an answer. A couple more changes. Matt Poland trying to press the right buttons, pull the right strings to see this out. Looks like Tyler Pasnick as well as Chris Heckenberg, a real fireman of a midfielder. Heckenberg will be busy, he'll be about trying to quell any possible danger posed by the opponent. And maybe a little bit less than happy to come off is Mark Torres, who did a good job plumbing things in the mid-park as that lone man in the 4-1-4-1. Ian Serro has done a lot of cardio today. He will come off for Pasnick to provide some fresh legs. 20 minutes to break the tape for FC Naples. Jump off the chest, off the foot. Siobhan John Brown. Lewis, Meredith, and Miller. Just as looks like Spokane is starting to find some sort of rhythm in possession. Just that moment of hesitation, indecisiveness, feels like it's taking the edge off a lot of these attacks. It's just a poor giveaway. Siobhan John Brown with a nod. Looks like Ish Jome has transitioned over to that far side now after the introduction of Siobhan John Brown. Meredith. And Miller. And Jome. Finds the angle. Luis Hill does well to bring it under his spell. And now lashed to the near flank. Javier Martin Hill quickly closed by Jaden Onan. Siobhan John Brown. Meredith. Javier Martin Hill, taming first touch. Siobhan John Brown slithering away onto his left. Andre Lewis lashing it high. The best chance, bar none, for Spokane. Andre Lewis has shown a propensity to find goal. That time could not meet the mark. Lewis goes again. Jump in the tight space. Luis Hill. Waldeck and Meredith again. Spokane invited onto the ball. Meredith. Lodge breaks the line. Jump drifting centrally. Bodies off any oncoming defender. Now Waldeck whacks one in. That carries too tall, but kept on by Javier Martin Hill. Meredith. Pumping pistons. Meredith skips one into the lap of Lalo Delgado, who minds the store. If you scan now, you will be able to gain benefits from one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, the Burger Dock, Flatstick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, Method Juice Cafe for offering all of those rewards for those so faithful behind the badge of Spokane Velocity. That ball is still going off the foot of Jake Dangler. No nonsense defending, the name of the game for the visitors the rest of the way. Lodge guiding back for the goalkeeper. Lewis. Snapped wide for Javier Martin Hill. And this defensive framework from Naples just so hard to penetrate. The organization, the way they're shrinking the space in the center of the pitch. I think Matt Pullen understanding of a key principle of the game, and that being the goal is in the middle. If you can force your opponent to the wide areas, not as threatening if they do make headway up the flanks. It also gives you the opportunity to get back behind the ball in time enough to prevent any kind of central danger. Back to Moranciel. Now the press comes. And forcing maybe the giveaway. No, it's out for a throw for Spokane. Carson Henderlong is the one who separated the sides. A stick back effort from him. A couple more changes for Lee Wiedman. Day done. For those in the midfield, Andre Lewis coming off. And it's the veteran Neil Vignals who will join up, as well as Colin Fernandez. Vignals, a recognizable name and posture within the league. Longtime contributor with Richmond Kickers. 116 appearances, 2021 to 2024, 19 goals, 19 assists, and boy, how good one would feel right now. First in the colors of a new club, could rescue a point, if not more, for Spokane. Only one shot on target for them so far. They've just passed 500 passes for the game. Something to chase, a little bit disorganized at the back. Lalo Delgado caught out, and it's swept up by Julian Cisneros. The throw will be taken immediately. Fernandez. Clear lines of 5 and then 4 for Naples. Trying to see this out. The cross comes. Another header from Jake Dangler. Undaunted is Spokane. This is Ishjom. Fernandez. That was Vignals. Here, Martin Hill. Colin Fernandez. Vignals to his left. Now Javier Martin Hill. Darts one into the center. Return from Vignals. Clockwork stuff. Javier Martin Hill strikes one into side netting. Signs of life, though, for Spokane. Well-measured pass in behind from Niels Vignals. Martin Hill, who made the position his own late on last year. A strong start to the campaign, starting to really find his footing in the professional ranks, just couldn't find the back of the net there. Ball stays on. Colin Fernandez, the wily vet. Spreading wide for Jom, and it just runs away from him. Catapulted in by Glasser. Heel unable to wrangle. Scrambled away by Cameron Miller. Not all the way dealt with. Glasser ahead of him. Past Nick. Poked back by Ish Jome, who goes over in a heap and wins the foul. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beers and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Slotted right into the path of Ish Jome, who can't outfox the wide man Glasser in defense. Been a coming together. No Vinyals. The word for the official. I believe that's Carson Henderlong who's down. Ten minutes left and Henderlong will need to be examined. Here's what happened, and yeah, just catching a blow from Cameron Miller. Ready to come back on. Vinyals. Into the box, over Delgado. It's falling kindly, and it's flashed over the target by Luis Hill. With the goal gaping, he can't make good. This might have been the chance, and the technique would have been difficult for anybody. But if you were to pick somebody up off this roster to execute there, it would be Luis Hill. Looks like Gustavo Fernandez will add a little bit of cut to the jib of SC Naples to sure things up and see it out. Sign maybe of a transition to a back five. We're already practically defending with Heckenberg as a center back with how close he was to the defensive line. Skipping away to Lodge. You can't riddle by Jaden Onen. It's a throw in to come. Henderlong. Just trying to swivel and pivot his way to the byline. Is there a twist in the tail? In the league, Spokane were only shut out in a loss last year on one occasion. That was by forward Madison. Early on May 19th. That's something that is very much so in the realm of what's possible, if not probable, at the pace that this game has upheld so far. Naples have been strong defensively. Spokane needing to work them out. It's a great ball. Waldeck just punched away by Lalo Delgado. A finger touch is enough there. Henderlong is slid down from behind. It's a fair challenge. Now the temperature rises. A little bit narrow for Siobhan John Brown. Breck Evans not taking any chances, taking it out for a corner. Derek Waldeck will cast his attention and cast his shadow. An imposing figure ahead of this corner kick. What a save. Lalo Delgado was not one to be shy in reacting. He will be called upon again here. This corner is brought to you by ICCU, Idaho Central Credit Union, trying to cash in. Spokane. Five minutes from the finish. And a delay as the wind whistles to life. Derek Waldeck has drawn up his blueprint, given his instruction. There are bodies smattered about the byline. Waldeck with in swing at the near post and just poked free and poked wide. It's another corner without intervention. That may have been an Olympico. It's been taken quickly. Brett through the middle. Fernandez half-hearted. The chance vanishes, at least for the moment, for Spokane. Nico Brett boomerangs the ball in. Dangler, as always, is there. A punch from Delgado. Less than assured goalkeeping. Trying to make something stick. Spokane. Louis Heel. Joe. Racing and wriggling and just mistouching one. Keeps it on though. Brett! And beaten back by Delgado. I think play may have been paused for the flag anyway. Regardless, Lalo Delgado lights the flashbulbs. It is tantamount to a goal kick. And everybody away. A chance to maybe cool down Spokane a bit for the goalkeeper. A nod off the head. Colin Fernandez. He works that out pretty well. Those in support have not dropped their shoulders or heads. A strong sound out of the support. Ischel. Wide of him is Javier Martin Heel. That's where the ball is going to be guided. And with too much thrust over the top and out. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Spokane needing to dig deep now. They feel the wall at the touch of their shoulder blades. Away by Delgado. Marancio takes the ball back into his own box, able to tamp down any kind of attacking ambition from Carson Henderlong. Spokane building again. Waiting the board to go up and tell us exactly how much is left of this. Ischel. Vinyals. A little bit slow to get the ball out from his feet. And trying to push it as far upfield as he can with Cisneros, bodied from it by Joe. Fernandez with gusto and swag, swashbuckling forward. A cut-in ball, a cutout clearance. Vinyals. Fernandez. Baton in hand, directing wide. It's Joe. That's a good ball. Knocked off course. Second one is won by Miller. Waldeck up high. Louis heel again. That's a small man rising tall to put a touch to it. It takes it over the mark. Just perfectly plotted in by Waldeck, and not much going right for Louis heel today. Lucky Oprah has been summoned to see it out. Javier Martin heel will come off. It's 5 minutes of stoppage time. Spokane have started to rev the engine. Working through the gears and just trying to find the courage to get the equalizer. Lalo Delgado has been shown a yellow card for time wasting. Not many have come into this ground and snatched victory from the jaws of the Spokane side. Naples a chance to make another impression, another statement. Heel. Headed off by Onen. Trying to claw it back is Naples. Onen unable to get rid. Spokane in custody of it now. Joe. Lightning bolt cut shapes on the ball, just driving away. Colin Fernandez. Taken to the byline. Vinyals. Breezing over that byline. It's another goal kick. Once more, the stamina of FC Naples examines against one of the favorites in the league. Oprah is just bundled over by Henrelong, who had no intent to play the ball there. Sand in the hourglass, a precious resource to Spokane. Heel. Couldn't break the guard of Max Glasser. Fernandez. Ball is set scrambling. There's a free kick coming. Maybe the game on the left foot, the luxurious left foot of Derek Waldeck. Heels dug deep for FC Naples. White knuckle grip, a hold of this match, up 1 goal. Spokane know what they must do. Derek Waldeck. Headed on, settled, and slashed away. Once more wide for Waldeck, and well too wide at that. chest of Henderlong. Heckenberg covering in mid-park as Pasnick chases back to the goalkeeper. One last go for the Washingtonians. Louis Hill. Look at that, on the one side. Evan Waldeck, his heel had circled in. Fernandez, and flashed into Joe, who fancies a thought of a cross, now gets it in. Hangs high, falling for Nico. Brett couldn't untie his boots. Waldeck, a strong header. Joe now. Screaming for the whistle. Lee Wiedemann barking out orders. Last chance saloon. Lucky Oprah readies the trebuchet. A long throw. Not headed all the way clear. Off the backside of Onan. Still not clear. Fernandez up for it. Brett onto it is Siobhan John Brown and snuffed out. Lolo Delgado races to the moment and maybe just erases any chance for Spokane Velocity. Their captain, their picked goalkeeper, the one that started the project, Lolo Delgado, secures it. FC Naples are here to stay. That man, Carson Henderlong, scrapped, clawed, fought, and finally, through running his socks off, found a way to put distance and daylight between his side and the other guys. The play of the match. A night of nearly for Spokane Velocity. It looked like this might be the breakthrough for Louis Hill. This moment presented by Modelo, just unable to crack the armor of a resolute opponent today. Spokane Velocity go goalless. The FC Naples head home to Florida with all 3 points. We resolve things when we come back. Final tally, 1-0, FC Naples takes it.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024. Pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
What a win for that man and his group, Lolo Delgado. Back-to-back clean sheets in league play. That's enough to see out all 3 points for FC Naples. They take this one 1-0 on the road in Washington. Here are the highlights of that half by Lolo Delgado. As the full-time stats present as such, only 1 technical shot on target. We saw Delgado be involved throughout the course of the match, had 1 brilliant save that was called offside. Spokane, it wasn't for lack of trying, but the organization of FC Naples continues to be their calling card. That is what wins the day, despite the fact that for the second consecutive league match, they have less than 40% of the ball. So that does it. FC Naples win the all-important statistical category, that being goals. They score 1, their opponent scores none, and that is all said and done here today. So there it is for you. FC Naples get the go here in Spokane. They taste victory against Spokane Velocity here in this one. It was rodeo day. We led the broadcast by saying this was an FC Naples squad that was hoping to be the quickest draw in the West. That they were here in this one. Our entire crew. I've been Peyton Gallagher. Folks, we appreciate you being with us today. We'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.